Hey y'all, Sir Penguin here, and we are checking out some practice games, custom games, played between Orangutan 28 and Wham 01. For those of you who don't know, Orangutan is MarineLord's one of his practice accounts. So we have, in the bottom left, starting on China, in the pink, MarineLord. And on the other side, in purple, as England, Wham 01. Wham opens with the barracks here. We immediately see a men-at-arms popping out, so MarineLord immediately going to come under pressure from Wham's aggression. Here comes that men-at-arms. MarineLord has not scouted the barracks. He doesn't know this is coming just yet. Village coming up for him, so he's not going to have an issue with PopCap for a while now. 2 villagers on gold, the rest on the sheep, on the mill. Getting that supervision, getting that free gold. This is going to make it difficult for Wham's raid to do a lot, because he'll get gold. MarineLord will get gold no matter what. Here comes that men-at-arms now. I love the early men-at-arms in their little purple gear. His little shield. They give early Norman knights, I think, with the way they have their like little kite shield. Or you could even say they look like the men-at-arms from 2, like the first set of men-at-arms before they become longswords. Or maybe the longswords themselves. Here comes the raid. Gonna do a little bit of damage, just poking these villagers here. We got 3 on gold now. Gonna drop off, pull that half-health villager back, pull the next half-health villager back. They're going back to the wood now. We can see MarineLord only sitting at 141. He's gathered 100 and then 40 with the Imperial official. He's just poking, burning away at that thing. Back at home, Wham does a great job on sheep. 9 plus, maybe 14 total or so. No more men-at-arms coming out for him, so it's just going to be the one. Macroing up, gonna get that age up before MarineLord clicks up. And MarineLord wants the age up and probably Song Dynasty here against England, although to defend against any longbow pushes or early defense, he does only need the standard archer, which is something Zhu Shi doesn't have, since we're looking at classic China here. The original China. Scout coming, just taking a look. MarineLord gets the gold with the Imperial official, as we expected. Does he drop the Barbican here, or is he just going to get Imperial Academy? Barbican on the berries. It's going to be a little outside the range of the TC, so he's going to have to dance his vills a little bit right here. But they build it so fast, it doesn't even matter. Chinese vills. Never mind, he surrounds the men-at-arms, forces him out by attacking. That Barbican's going to be a little delayed by those fights, but usually you only put 1 or 2 villagers on this. The Chinese vills are going to build it so fast, and Feudal Age is coming before the English Feudal Age. Unsurprising with China, with their build speed. Landmark comes up, and this aggression is done. There's nothing more it can do here. He's going to die. Nice little Barbican. Are we macroing to Song now? It looks like we are. Gonna have to put some villagers on that gold mine. Yeah, immediately queues over the gold mine. Back in Wham's base, we've got the council hall coming up. Probably, looks like, yeah, no one on gold, no one on stone, so immediately gonna be a longbow spear push. We already have both coming out. Longbow marching across. Now these longbows are going to cause a lot of trouble for MarineLord before MarineLord can get his archery range up to counter this. Does he go stable? Does he go archery range? Let's see if he's dropping military in his base. There's the archery range. Archers coming out. Luckily for MarineLord, most of his eco right now are underneath a combination of the TC and the Barbican. So England can only really push into this from this angle over here. They have to go all the way around the Barbican to avoid casualties. And yeah, you can see Wham making the long march around the Barbican, aware of its range and what it'll do to him if he tries to come under it. These archers are going to be a good hold here for MarineLord. We'll see how this early pressure does. Couple low health Vills, they could go down in just a volley. Scouts saying hello to each other, giving each other a little wave, it looks like. Not quite a smack. Archers now chasing back the longbow spear combo. There's no way Wham can take this right now. Shots coming out for the archers. He's gonna clear those spears. 3 spears go down, maybe? He'll get that 3rd one for sure. Yep. 3 spears go down. We've got 4 longbows scaring back the 5 archers. Longbow's gonna fall back. Archer's gonna also fall back. What do we have going on back in the bases? We're just keeping up the unit production. More spears coming out, more longbows. Gathering up tons of wood. Only a little bit of gold here. Maybe for upgrades for now. Yeah, no stones, so no additional TCs. Back in China's base, a stable coming up to counter the longbows. MarineLord feeling like he has enough archers to clear any spearmen. That'll be issues for these horsemen. No units coming out just yet. He's a little short on the food for the horsemen as he's building up. Song Dynasty coming now with the Imperial Academy. We won't see Juganu against the longbows for a while, I shouldn't think. Definitely gonna keep sticking with these archer and horseman combo. We've got 9 archers up now, 3 more on the way for MarineLord. 9 longbows and spears coming for Wham. Definitely, here comes those horsemen. Definitely need to get these horsemen out to counter that longbow mess. Now, this isn't going to be enough spears to prevent horsemen harass once these horsemen come out for MarineLord. But get enough longbows and the archers are going to have trouble clearing that. Scout taking a little peek. What is Wham up to? Another barracks coming up for Wham to keep up with the production of the longbows. Get more spears out here for the horsemen, for the stable that MarineLord has dropped. Ville's out here on the hunt, getting that extra food before going into farms. He's saving the wood for the longbows and the spears in that barracks. Still no stones, so definitely no TCs. We're getting later into that feudal age. Meanwhile, MarineLord doing well with this little pocket here. It's impossible to push into this for England. And the numbers are just going to be too tough right now, I think, for England to push into. This spear mass could become dangerous, though. Here comes England moving out. Wham going to put on some pressure to MarineLord. Or not. He pulls back. Decides better. More units. More units on the way. And blacksmith upgrades. We're seeing the arrow defense. So these spears will last a little longer against MarineLord's archer mass. And these two are just making units. We have men-at-arms along the way. So the men-at-arms are only going to take 1 damage a pop, regardless of how much damage MarineLord is putting out. Let's take a look here. Men-at-arms over here. Still Vanguard men-at-arms, so still sitting on 3 Pierce armor against the archers of MarineLord, which are doing 6 damage. So these guys are going to do 2 damage a pop now that arrow resistance is in for Wham. So those men-at-arms, until they get a couple more upgrades, are going to be taking a lot of damage. More than, like, twice as much damage as they could be. And we're all just chilling out, building up masses, waiting for this moment. It seems to me that in this match, you're gonna end up with some passive build-ups here. You're gonna build a nice big army, but you can't really like get away with being too greedy between China and England, because England can really come in and punish China for greed. They've got the farms up now. This farm eco with gold is going to really help them boom along the way. Men-at-arms upgrades coming in now. Across the way, we have arrow damage and arrow defense. When this upgrade comes through, yep, we've got 4 still. Oh, so they still sit on the 4 armor, so they're still going to take 2 damage per pop, per shot here. We're waiting for the upgrades in the next age and Chad armor to come through in Castle Age. Meanwhile, as England is moving out to put some pressure on, MarineLord going for the astronomical clock tower. Gonna get Nest of Bees to counter all this trash, and we have an engagement. A horseman getting picked off, horseman falling back. One at a single health, he barely manages to slip away. And this mass is coming. This is the only place that Wham can attack from without too much counter, but now tower out. He pulls back from that. MarineLord can easily burn this down, so it's too difficult for Wham to, or Wham can burn this down, so it's too difficult for MarineLord to come out here. I'm gonna finish burning that. Taking a look with the scout, trying to, looks like, get some shots onto the tree line. The longbows will very easily be able to punish this from the right angle. These archers gonna have to move up if they want to counter this kind of aggression, but the Nest of Bees is out. And if he comes in, yep, he sees the Nest of Bees with the scout, turns around, does not want to face this thing head on right now. Still poking straight in. Nest of Bees gonna land a few shots here. These are impossible to dodge because of the separate rockets that come out. They're so hard to dodge. Not quite like a mangonel. Wham going up to castle, getting the gold now to get there, so he can get some springolds out, I imagine, to counter the Nest of Bees mass that MarineLord will be making. We have archer upgrades coming through, arrow damage upgrades. So these men-at-arms are going to take 3 damage a shot now. And their heavy armor is just not going to be nearly as useful as it could be. And Wham's going to pull back while he ages up. Very smart. That's the correct thing here. Because if he goes into this fight, he loses now. MarineLord, moving out on the other hand, maybe taking advantage of his faster castle age here. Picking off the scout. King's Palace going up for Wham. Let's see where he put that thing. Nice spot, protecting the gold, protecting his wood line. That's a nice big wood line to protect too, so this is going to be nice, secure little angle. Anything in between the King's Palace and the TC will be difficult to push into. And Wham will be able to macro away from MarineLord. MarineLord gathering the stone now. Where's his stone mine? All the way up here. He's got 8 villagers on stone. I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely going for a TC. I was going to say, it seems to me that a TC is probably his best option. There it is. This is going to keep him in basically ahead of Wham, because Wham and him will both be on 2 TCs. But with the Song Dynasty, MarineLord's villagers still coming in faster than Wham's. So he'll have a slight advantage as he's already got a 15 vill advantage because of Song Dynasty. 2 nested bees now. Knights, Lancers on the way. Here's our Lancers. It looks like the army is being used here to kind of just zone things out, collect some of the hunts so that they're easier for the villagers to grab later. I like the little helmets. You don't see these archers very often in Castle Age. There's like, yeah, you like never see these guys. They got the little wrap on there. Very cool. Very cool unit. Across the way, England gathering up, getting the Castle Age upgrades for the men-at-arms and for the longbows. Men-at-arms now going to be quite tanky against any arrow fire. This is what they needed. This is what MarineLord needed, or Wham needed to be able to fight MarineLord. Arrow defense upgrade coming through, so this is going to be 6 armor. Relics now getting grabbed. MarineLord, nope, Wham snagging relics. No? Oh, did he get interrupted? I didn't see any action, so I'm not sure exactly why we got the sort of relic sound there. We do have scholars coming out, monks coming out for MarineLord. Archers pulling back. It looks like we have the makings of a raid coming onto the King's Palace, onto the gold. It's not going to be very effective against the Knights, but he's not going to get anything. Villager reaction, very nice. There's still 10 slots in that King Palace instead of the 7 of the Season 6 TCs. Gonna pick off a villager here. Spears pushing the rest of it back. On the other side, England is going to push into MarineLord's second TC. I don't think MarineLord can save this. It's just too weak, the new health on the TCs. Nested Bees coming to push those longbows back. TC going down. I think MarineLord knows he's already got an advantage. He's not too worried about losing that one while he builds up his castle mass. Springold on the way to counter the English Springold. Nested Bees taking a shot at the men-at-arms. Nice little shot. Gonna weaken this mass. Make it easier for the archers and the crossbows who are in now to do that damage. Palace Guard also on the way to give that army a front line. Siege the main thing here. Up top, MarineLord raiding the vills again, getting some damage. Excuse me. He picks off at least 2 vills, maybe 3 if that's a vill there on the edge. Wham has fallen back and is building up a wall? No, just a wall of units there. MarineLord continues to raid the farms. This is not good for Wham. Look at the vill numbers as things are really going in MarineLord's favor, regardless of losing that second TC earlier. Lancers continue to put on pressure, continue to idle villagers. They finish off the gold here on the top side, so it's going to be even harder for Wham to continue gathering gold as he has to move all the way out here. Lancers falling back. Spear's gonna push that back. Still just hardened. We don't have veteran upgrades for the spears, and it seems like Wham isn't really thinking about those. He does need the gold though, so maybe. We'll see. Got the food upgrade. Horticulture coming through to increase the value of the already powerful English farms. Food eco definitely looking good for MarineLord though, who is hunting all over the map. Springold takes out the English monk, trying to snag the relics. We have 2 relics, 3, a third grabbed for Wham now. We wanted to bring that back, but there's a whole MarineLord. MarineLord's the pink one. Purple and pink is throwing me in circles, chat. Throwing me in circles. MarineLord gonna bring that back. His monk picked off, meaning he has grabbed 2 relics already. Just popping them in a monastery. Was hoping for 4, but doesn't quite have that yet. Palace Guard moving out. MarineLord is relentless with these Palace Guard raids and attacks. I think that's what we'll see here with his army. We're going to keep an eye on it as it wraps around. Meanwhile, Wham on the other side, moving up with the men-at-arms. It's just a lot of heavy infantry units looking to raid and burn buildings down, cause all the chaos that they can. Push MarineLord off of this big farm granary transition that he's been going for. Super optimized with the triple layering, but keeping the villagers close together. Men-at-arms moving in. I'm going to pick off 1 Vil, but again, look at the Vil numbers. He needs to do a lot of damage with this raid to make it worth it. Palace Guard also defending the base is a separate group from the one on the top. Crossbow, Archer, Siege coming as well. These men-at-arms are going to have to fall back if Wham doesn't want to lose them. The Palace Guard are going to stay in range. Up top, Palace Guard in Wham's base, doing exactly what MarineLord does best, splitting these Palace Guard up into little groups, snagging loose villagers. You know, Beastie Cutie has called MarineLord the king of Castle Age, and you can see why. Just the control of being able to scare away those men-at-arms in his base, while also using 3 separate groups of Palace Guard, 2 now, as he brings them together to run out of England's base. 105 villagers to 69 now. Gonna pick off a few of those spearmen, probably make it easier to come in with the knights. No more knights on the production tab for him. Trebs though, so going for a bit of a bigger push, seeing the numbers of the English player, seeing the numbers down here, chasing this out with Palace Guard, who can continue to put on the hurt regardless of the upgrades. They do have the chat armor, but it's not going to be enough for now. Chasing that away. We have walls. Oh, stone walls fully covering this food, this soft underbelly eco that is going to just propel MarineLord to the end of this game. Food flying in for Wham, though. His farm eco popping off. Fight coming in the middle. The Palace Guard chasing those men-at-arms are not gonna... They don't want to stick around for this. Yep, MarineLord pulling back. Loses a few of them, but catches in time to save maybe 6. Yeah, he'll save 6 of them. MarineLord's army is not going to come help this. He's actually going to lose these units now. Yep, sacrifices these units because in the middle, the big push is coming. We have trebuchets, 4 Springalds, 5 Springalds, double nest of bees, 3rd and a 4th on the way, and double trebuchet. The pressure is coming, and Wham is going to have to do something about it to stay alive. Villagers on the gold getting raided. MarineLord's kind of okay with this, it would seem. He's got a huge villager lead. He's gonna lose like half of those vills that were gathering the gold down here. Thinks better of pushing into the base while under attack. Actually gonna set up his army to protect the Trebs on the back, because this army is pushing into his base. Walls are gonna keep them from charging straight onto that farm line. And here comes the army of MarineLord. There's going to be a lot of screening. I love something about the English-China matchup in that it's going to be so many infantry and so much siege for China, as these 2 players are just trying to screen each other out, get damage in with these slow-moving infantry armies. I say slow-moving, but Palace Guard are track stars for real. Look at them move. Going on to the nest of bees. Palace Guard cuts him off, but gonna get one of them. That's nice for the longbows back here. Big fight coming up in the middle as well. No, a charge from England going after the Goldvilles. MarineLord not going to be happy about this as he's trying to micro the fight in the back as well. He chases down those men-at-arms, but the longbows get away. A lot happening. Men-at-arms and longbows pushing down the middle, trying to get more siege, trying to get the trebuchets and the springalds. Is he going to pick up one of these trebs? Excuse me. Yeah, he's going to pick up at least one of those trebs. Maybe the nest of bees? Fight coming here. Doesn't get the second treb. Palace Guard chasing out that archer line. Meanwhile, in the back of MarineLord's base, while he fights this with his Palace Guard, we have raids, Palace Guard and Men-at-Arms duking it out to defend over these villagers on this wood line. Palace Guard are going to take this. Looks like MarineLord's sitting on better melee upgrades than our English player. Despite the Chad armor, these Palace Guard are just more numbers and are going to take it away. Trying to push through with those units, but Wham is going to lose basically his whole army here. Going to have to be making men-at-arms and longbows back at the base. Lots of vills, lots of archers going down in the middle to that earlier men-at-arms push. Big fight on the tower. Doesn't want to let this get up because it's going to get a lot of vision for his siege, for his springalds. MarineLord pushing in now. Just not enough English to defend this. Is not looking good for Wham, who just, the villager count's too far down, has been behind for too long. So coming back now with eco and with army numbers after throwing away his whole army in MarineLord's base. Yeah, he's going to call GG. He can't fight that. Too much siege, too many crossbows. The English force is not going to be able to hold. And that is going to be GG and the end of this game. Practice game between MarineLord and Wham. What a treat. Love to see MarineLord out here practicing games, playing this game, and being able to put these games out there. I hope everyone has a nice day. For those of you on YouTube, thanks for being here. For those of you watching my Twitch, hang around and I might play some games. Thanks all.